Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Multiple analysts that I follow are expecting a break in the upside for crypto markets, as of course, clueless speculators expect the exact opposite. So I want to talk about that. I got a quick update on Flair's Songbird. If you haven't been looking at the price, look at the price. I'll share with you the specifics in just a moment. And also, oh, check this out. This will be interesting too. A few days ago, I put out a poll, which I don't frequently do, but I put out a poll all up on the Twitters, and I'll share with you the specifics in a moment, but I'll say this at the outset of the video. What I learned is that people that follow me on Twitter, and presumably the same would be true for those that follow me on YouTube, I think there's evidence to indicate here that you all are not behaving the same as the stereotypical retail investor, and that is a supreme compliment. And honestly, I was kind of expecting that, to be honest. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. So I've got that. I want to share, so I'll share with you opinions from a number of chart analysts, and then I'll wrap up the video with just a few comments on this story, because I got asked a few times about this on Twitter, and I haven't responded about it. But here's the headline from Crypto News Flash. What happens to Bitcoin and crypto markets if the U.S. government defaults on its debt? So plenty to talk about in this very latest Moon Lambeau hot jam, but all signs pointing positive. So I hope you all are feeling pretty happy about crypto markets today, even though most people aren't. And I'll show you in just a second. To be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but purely as a hobby, and it's just for fun. That really is all that it is. There's nothing that makes me super-duper special regarding crypto. But by the way, I do think that's empowering, because like, crypto is the best place to go to make life-changing wealth, and just so few humans on the planet are aware of this. And so kudos to you for looking into it. Not specifically for watching this channel, though I very much appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by all the support. But I'm just saying, for being involved in crypto, big thumbs up and kudos to you. There's so much opportunity, and I don't think that story is stated enough. Really, if you're just an everyday person, history has shown that all sorts of regular people make life-changing wealth. You don't need to be some sort of financial guru. You just need to understand a few basic things, and if you have a sufficiently long time horizon, history has shown that people can do quite well in these markets, to be honest with you. As I record this, XRP is at 94 cents. Bitcoin is at $43,110. Market cap for the asset class, $1.94 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance, 41.82%. How about that Songbird? Look at the Songbird. Flair's Songbird has been out for a little bit now. I've talked about it a couple times on my channel since launch. And it's currently at 60 cents. Just a couple hours ago, though, it was at its all-time high of 71 cents, and I happen to have been looking at live CoinWatch when that was occurring. I was like, hey, you know what, I haven't checked Songbird since yesterday. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how Songbird's doing. And last time I checked it, it was 30 cents. So it's up over 100%. Well, now it's at 59 cents, whatever. But yeah, it was up over 100% from 30 cents at that point anyway, up to 71 cents. My gosh. I'm just going to sit here and ride this damn thing, because as soon as it goes parabolic, I mean, if it sufficiently entices me, maybe I'll sell some or all of it. But like a move up like this, while awesome, this is normal in crypto. I want to see the big burst, which is why I'm thinking towards the tail end of this market cycle, that's when I'll really be looking to potentially unload it if I so choose. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet, though. So interesting. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just personal preference. I know some people want to do unload it right away. Some people want to have passive income with it. I understand all of that. And then there's this. How are the lemmings feeling today? Oh, even more fearful than yesterday. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Yesterday, the lemmings were at a 24 out of 100, indicating they're feeling extreme fear. Today, the lemmings still in extreme fear, even worse though, dipped from 24 to 20. So now I'm 20 out of 100 because emotions. That's exactly what. And I'm just sitting here like, my gosh, folks, we are in a freaking bull market, okay? There's always going to be pullbacks along the way. This is normal. This is to be expected. Until we have that final blow off top, none of this freaking matters. And all these people here, there's so many people that just don't know that. And really, by the way, I want to highlight this too. This is kind of to be expected. Like in terms of price action, like here's a piece from Cointelegraph from August 30th, 2021. Betting on a Bitcoin bull run? Not in September, Bitcoin price data says. And what they're highlighting here is the fact that historically September has been a bad month for Bitcoin. 6 out of the last 8 years, and you can see it on your screen right here. Here's the September column. 6 of the last 8 years have been down for Bitcoin. And once this is complete, because mind you, this is the last day of the month, September 30th. Once this day is complete, unless we have some monstrous rally today, Bitcoin's going to end up down this month as well. We're down 8% for the month. So that'll turn into 7 out of 9 years in a row, Bitcoin being down 7 out of 9. And so what's it going to take for Bitcoin to end up in the green for this month? Quite a bit. I would have to be at, let's see here, well, where's August? Or September 1st, rather. Where's September? There we go. Yeah, so I'll just round the number. It's somewhere around 47,500. And we're at 43,156 right now. So you'd have to jump up a few $1,000s before the day's over. And if it can close at that, okay, then we'll have a green September. But maybe. I'm not going to hold out hope, nor do I particularly care. It doesn't matter. This is just short-term price action. But I'm not surprised to see this. It could make for a very interesting October, though, especially if the analysts are correct, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But first, let me highlight this poll I put out just a few days ago. This is from September 26th. I had this poll live for, I believe, 24 hours. I just wanted to see how people that were following me on Twitter, how they were feeling, just kind of check the pulse, take the temperature of the room. And so I put out a poll and I asked the following. Which option below best represents how you feel about cryptocurrency markets right now? And there were 3 possible answers. Fearful is one. Second option, neutral. Third option, greedy. And there were 1,888 votes. And so I am proud of you folks here, because only 15%, 15.5% of you out there on Twitter responded that you're fearful. And nothing against you if you feel fearful. You are a normal person. I get it, but I would strongly encourage you to just take a historical look at how humans have behaved in these bull markets. The fact that we've been trending up for the last 12 years, the fact that we haven't seen a blow off top at the last couple market cycles. There's never been a market cycle where there hasn't been a blow off top with altcoin rally. Like, just look at all of this, and the money coming in, the way that people behave. The whales accumulated over the last couple of months. There's so many things you can look at. On-chain metrics, technical analysis. Everything points to it being more probable that we're going to see this final blow-off top. And so no disrespect to you. I get it. You've put your money in. Everybody's felt fearful investing in something at some point. But I just am not like that anymore, because it doesn't make sense. The market trends upward, and I have data, and it shows that if you just hold long enough, then you do fine in the stock market, and it's been true of crypto for the last 12 years as well. And so I'm just not fearful. And but anyway, so 15.5% of you responded fearful, 57.1% responded neutral, which is like, yeah, I don't give an F word, if you will, which I can totally respect. And the third option, greedy, 27.4% of you all out there responded greedy, which means that I'm guessing anyway that those greedy people are out in purchase mode. And so for me, if I were answering my own poll, definitely not fearful. I guess I'd say neutral, because I'm not really purchasing anything. I mean, I've got my crypto bags are pretty full, to be honest with you. And so I do think, like, even the cash that I do have on the sidelines, I actually do believe that if I just put it into crypto, that would do better for me, since we have that final leg up. But in terms of my percentage of net worth that's in crypto, I look at that, and then other allocations. And so deciding deciding how to invest, it's not just about what you think is going to happen. It's about what you're willing to risk in case you're wrong. And so I think it's highly probable crypto is going to go up. The way that I've allocated funds into crypto, I think, proves that I firmly believe that. But it doesn't mean that I want everything 100% into crypto, because that's a higher risk exposure than I'd feel comfortable with. So it's not just about which way you think things are going to go. It's about what your risk tolerance is, and I'm pretty much at it. So I'm not buying more crypto currently. Personally, I did buy a bunch earlier this year. So I would have just responded neutral. I mean, I'm excited. I'm waiting for the end here. But anyway, I wanted to highlight this, because if you look at this, like the lemmings out. See what I highlighted here? 20 out of 100 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, extreme fear. And then I'm looking at people that are informed, and people that are following this channel. I know you follow a bunch of other crypto content creators too, you know, bloggers, YouTubers, all that. You guys know what you're doing out there, as evidenced by this poll. And again, no offense to any of you that responded fearful. I'm just saying the fact that that high of a percentage, 85% responded roughly either neutral or greedy, about 85%, that's impressive. You guys are outliers. Like, this is not, if you polled everybody operating in crypto, it would be nowhere near this. So I just, my hat's off to you. I am very impressed. You guys know what the hell you're doing out there. I mean, that's what this indicates to me. I think that you guys have a much better handle on what's going on and understand that it doesn't make sense to feel emotions and sell. But even though that's true, it's still worth constantly having reminders, because we're all humans. And I think that even if you get that now, without the reminders, you can kind of start to feel a little bit uneasy. So I still want to keep talking about it. But wow, you guys are like... I'm impressed. It's what I was hoping and thinking would be the case, but wow, that's fantastic. And so again, for everybody that's fearful, I just encourage you again, just look at some historical data, because I don't think it makes sense logically to feel that. Like, I understand why I feel that way, but I'm just saying, if you just look at the data doesn't indicate that it's necessary to feel that fear. So I just encourage you to look at that. Moving on. In terms of direction where we're going to go, break to the upside. That's what I'm expecting. So Bitcoin's going to lead this. XRP will eventually launch into the stratosphere. XRP was the best performing cryptocurrency in the entire world, quite literally, for the calendar year of 2017. And so we'll see how it does by the end of this market cycle, but I'm anticipating that after Bitcoin leads the charge, a bunch of altcoins are going to pop off, and XRP is going to be worth way more than it is right now. And so here's chart analyst and Message simply noting, I'm not going to read the whole tweet, it's on the screen, but he was just indicating, hey, look, Bitcoin bounced again, 100%. And this is what he'd been saying on his Twitter page that he was expecting to happen. I've read enough tweets, so I haven't shared all of them on the channel, but that's not the point. This is what he's expecting to happen, and he's not the only one thinking perhaps it's more likely than not. Here's Credible Crypto. He tweeted out the following late in the evening. If we can get up to the dotted green line, this could be a full-on reversal, and I would expect a move at least to $47,000, if not higher. If we instead retrace, the most recent pump up would expect to finally break down for a dip into the high 30,000s for Bitcoin. And so not that he thinks that lower expectation is going to occur, but he's citing the levels. And so the dotted green line, you can see $44,366. He's saying move above this line, and the triangle is invalidated that he's citing right there. And so if you'd be talking about, again, like I said, $47,000 Bitcoin, if not higher. And it was interesting because he's not the only one that was citing almost exactly that level. Take a look at this. Chart analyst Michael Vanderpop, because like this always catches my attention when I see multiple analysts saying about the same thing. It definitely catches my attention. Michael Vanderpop, chart analyst, wrote, "Support holds for the millionth time here," and he's talking about Bitcoin. I think we're getting closer to a break upwards, as most of the markets are anticipating a breakdown. If $44,500 breaks, I'll assume we'll see $47,000 for Bitcoin. Like, that's basically, like, that's the same levels that Credible Crypto is talking about there, and I don't think they're copying each other's work here. And then as far as what he noted, and he said he's expecting to break up, as most of the market's anticipating to break down. You guys are savvy enough that you know this. Whatever the market sentiment is, it's typically wrong. It's like the opposite is going to happen. And so everybody's in fear. And that's why Warren Buffett said it's too. It'd be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. It doesn't make sense to be fearful at these levels, especially since we're in a bull market. That's my firm stance anyway. And so he's effectively communicating the same thing. Now here's Pentoshi, another very popular chart analyst, 287,000 followers on Twitter, 287,000 followers. And he said, "Do I have any reason to be this happy? Not really. We still need to clear $44,700 on Bitcoin. But I love seeing people bearish at the world's cleanest higher time frame support. I mean, it's literal line in the sand, clear as day, black and white." And so he's indicating here that, just as the other analysts seem to believe, this is major support. More probable than not, nothing's guaranteed in life, but more probable than not, will be a break to the upside. And he's citing the same damn level just about here as Michael Vanderpop and Credible Crypto. It caught my attention. The only thing that I'll critique on this is he wrote that the following, and this is a quote, "I mean it's literal line in the sand." No, 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 Pentoshi. It's a figurative line in the sand. People literally don't know how to use the word literally. So I just wanted to highlight that as well. Other than that, I like what he put out there, though. And then here's another tweet from a chart analyst, Dan Bessa. He simply wrote, "XRP, your guru shorted into support." And here's that rounded bottom for XRP. Again, and he's been sharing the updates on this chart for the longest damn time. So as Leb Crypto, I've seen DIY Investing share the same rounded bottom chart. And look, he's another one of these analysts that firmly believes from this current level, you're going to see certainly more than a tenfold increase for XRP from here. It's just a matter of time. It's going to break up. It's an inevitability. This market moves in tandem. This is not rocket science. And then we've got this. This was funny. This kind of made me chuckle here a bit. From chart analyst Will Clemente. He simply shared this tweet. It's a "don't feed the whales" sign. You're just going to have to look at your screen rather than me just describe this. "Don't feed the whales Bitcoin." Meaning, when the market drops, don't panic sell and then feed the rich people out there that already have a ton of Bitcoin. Don't sell them your Bitcoin at a discount, because they're the ones, data shows, that have been snatching up all sorts of Bitcoin on the cheap, as all sorts of other stereotypical retail speculators out there panic sell because reasons. And then there was this from chart analyst Will Clemente also. Price down, check this out, on the topic of whales. Price down over $5,000 in the last 30 days. Meanwhile, whales holdings have grown by 37,056 Bitcoin. That's $1.6 billion of Bitcoin. And then he sarcastically wrote, "Probably nothing, I don't know." Or it's definitely something. And onto this, I'm going to be brief on this. I'm going to stay out of the political aspect of this as much as possible here, but it's something being discussed in crypto. Here's the headline from Crypto Newsflash. What happens to Bitcoin and crypto market if the U.S. government defaults on its debt? On Tuesday, September 28th, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned lawmakers that the federal government will likely run out of cash. This could be subjected to the U.S. Congress failing to raise the debt ceiling by next month, October 18th, 2021. This could potentially be the first ever default on its debt by the U.S. government if Washington fails to act. It shows that the U.S. could be facing a major liquidity crunch that could be catastrophic for the economy and the stock market. Furthermore, it could also mean delaying payments to millions of Americans coming from the government. Okay, first of all, as far as the impact on crypto, if this disastrous scenario happened, well, the stock market or crypto follows the stock market. There's data to prove that. So if the stock market tanks, then crypto would, which would frankly just indicate that there's a buying opportunity. That's how I'd look at it anyway. Not that I'm necessarily in the market, although if the prices get low enough, you can start to entice me again. But aside from that, like, is this disastrous, scary scenario going to happen? Look, I'm a 38-year-old man, and I've been seeing the same story again and again every so often. It just pops up. I've noticed it for the last couple decades. Oh my gosh, we're running out of money. We must increase the debt ceiling. Well, first of all, how about live within your means like American households have to? Because if you don't, you just run up massive debt, and that's really stupid. So maybe you just live within your means or beneath your means. That would be much better, beneath your means. And so the government here, I'll just say this. If you're going to increase the debt ceiling, which I think is going to happen regardless, if you're going to, like, how do you approve that if you're responsible adults without having a plan in place to solve the problem so that you don't encounter this again? But it's like every couple of years or whatever the hell it is, you will continue to see a story in the headlines. Just watch. Just wait like a couple of years. It's going to be in the headlines again. And the debt ceiling. Why are we running up against the debt ceiling? Well, because we're spending more than we're taking in. And it's not that there's not enough coming in. It's that we're being ridiculously irresponsible with the funds that are available. And mind you, like the government's just endlessly printing money anyway. But you think that they're not going to increase the debt ceiling? Like, you really think that? Because here's what happened. Then you see government shutdowns, this and that. Where, like, first of all, I'm like, okay, yeah, just go ahead and shut. Well, the government doesn't really shut down when there are shutdowns. It's more like they'll shut down some parks, do some this or that for show. That's about all that you actually see. But core aspects of the government will never shut down. And so it's really, here's what I'd say. Like, these stories are being used as a political weapon, and it scares people. And it's just the politics of it. It really is just the politics of it. Is this going to happen? Are we going to see the U.S. default? We won't see the debt ceiling rise? No. It's been very clear that whether the politicians are on the left or the right, there doesn't seem to be a sufficient desire to solve the tremendous spending problem. So no, the debt ceiling will be raised. It's a virtual certainty. Can't say for sure, but it's a virtual certainty. No, I don't think that there's going to be sort of disastrous outcome, but people have been talking about this today. So I thought I'd just share my 2 cents without going on some sort of political tirade, because my promise to you is that I will not rant about politics. This channel is not about politics. I will only talk about politics on this channel insofar as it impacts the world of crypto. Other than that, no, I will not be preaching to anybody on anything. That's not the purpose of this channel. But we've all got our own opinions on that, right? And I'll just say, whether you're on the left or the right, to me, it doesn't matter. We're all in the XRP community. We should all be friends and just get along and just talk about crypto and not worry about the rest of the crap, by and large. Not here anyway. But yeah, this is nothing. It's a political topic that's being used as a weapon. That's pretty much it. And no, I don't think you're going to see some sort of disastrous scenario in the short term as a result of this. It's not likely to happen. And like, we've seen the government shut down in my lifetime. I don't know exactly how many times, but it's been a big nothing every time it's happened. And then people that are clueless out there, they don't understand that it's not a big deal. And yeah, whatever. All right, I'll shut up about it. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.